For this shadow a leader assignment that we were assigned, we were supposed to choose a leader to follow and shadow. I chose to shadow a leader that runs her own business and is successful with running employees and her business. Her name is Virginia Jones, and she runs her own photography business. I chose her because she is someone that I admire and want to run my business as well as she does one day. I went to her studio here in Eustis and explained my assignment to her, and she was more than happy to let me shadow her. After she agreed to the shadowing, the next part was difficult. She is a very busy person with clients and sessions, so getting time with her was not very easy. But I did get to join her for a few sessions, which was nice. I chose to meet at her studio in Eustis on February 5th at 4 p.m. for the first meeting, and the second meeting was on March 4th at 4 p.m. The third meeting was March 10th at 4 p.m. I also joined her for a few sessions so that I could see how she handled her clients and the taking of the photos. I then shadowed her while she was working in her studio handling her employees and her workload. The first meeting was a simple one where I basically asked her to let me shadow her and went over the interview questions that I had for her. And I observed her working with some of her employees that day. We went over the questions. What is your business? How many employees do you have? Do you have any visions or goals for your business? What are some of your conflict management techniques? And how do you establish trust? What are your methods for empowering others? The second meeting was when she gave me the answers to the questions, also when I attended a few of her sessions for the day to see how she handled her clients and her employees while she was working. The third meeting was that meeting we just reviewed everything, and I shadowed her while she did her work in her studio, the paperwork and the working with the employees for the day. Virginia Jones is a photographer and she runs her own business. She has been at this job for 5 years now and has been successful. She is the photographer and she owns her own studio where she has employees that print her photos and run the gallery, handle booking appointments, set up her scenes for shooting. She takes and edits the photos and speaks with the clients. I found her to be an amazing leader and learned a lot from her. She always speaks positively to her employees and clients, even in a not ideal situation. All her employees have direct contact with her. They don't have to make appointments or go through a bunch of people to talk to her. She believes that the best work gets done if everyone communicates with one another. Her leadership philosophy is that if there is positive communication among employees and clients, the business will flow and everyone is important to a business. It's not run by just one person, but everyone, the boss, the employees, the clients. Without one another, the business would collapse. But of course, they need a leader and someone to look forward to. But they all work together. All the communications run through her, but we are free to come up with their own ideas. Her goals for her business vary in many ways, but her main goal is to capture memories for clients and allow them to keep them forever. She also has a goal to keep her employees happy in this business and create something that allows all of them to progress. But her biggest goal is to help others make something of themselves. She not only runs a business, but she goes to foster families and connects with troubled teens to offer them jobs. She trains them to do a skill that would help the business and teaches them well. Then she hires them to work for her so that they have skills and are in a positive environment. Virginia has 6 employees and 5 trainees to help her in her business. The trainees sometimes don't get along or there's a conflict between employees, so she has had to learn to deal with them. She has the employees sit down with one another and talk about it until it's resolved. If it can't be resolved that way, they go on break until they can have cooled down and had a chance to discuss it together. Positive communication is a big part of her business. She speaks a lot about it. She talks to people and is down to earth, and she believes that is why she has the trust of her employees and her clients. She empowers others by being a strong, sensible leader that relates to others. She encourages others to be a part of her business, that there is no bad ideas. I learned a lot from Virginia. She showed me how to run a business and lead employees without conflict. I learned that positive communication and giving everyone an important place is the best way to lead a great business. Running a successful business is not only about you, but your employees and your communities.